Announcements, November 7th, in-service day number 3, no students. November 11th, Lindenwald Kiwanis of Hamilton Fairfield Fall Pancake Breakfast featuring Fairfield Show Choir, 8 to noon here at the high school. November 16th, Board of Education meeting. Regular session, 6:30, again here in the Catherine D. Milligan Community Room. November 20th, Conference Exchange Day, no school. November 21st through the 24th is Thanksgiving break, no school. November 27th, school resumes after Thanksgiving break. Board member comments. Mrs. Gundrum.
I can't believe that it's November already, so it's going fast. Reminding everybody, as much as I hate to say it, fall back this weekend. But hopefully we all transition to the change in time. Well, I know I usually don't, but I hope everybody has a great weekend.
All right, thank you. Mr. Clark.
I just want to thank Nathaniel for his presentation, and again, the relationship with the city and the school and the community as a whole and the township as well, as we mentioned. Just thank you for that transparency and the information about the TIFs and the taxes and that kind of thing. It's very important to be in the know of that, and he does a great job explaining that, so thank you for that. Thank you, Mrs. Autumn, for your presentation from your team. I remember you talking about that 1 point something star, and was it 0.125. But who's counting, right? When we was at Central, when we was met off-site, and I think we'll get there next year, so great job. Thank you for that. And just want to thank the teachers. They, reading this book just reminds me, and I had the pleasure of talking in front of the freshmen for the Prevention Coalition about a teacher that impacted my life, and later on I saw her and how much she stuck out to me. She was a farmer and was very strict, and when as a 4th grader, that's what I thought. She was mean and strict, but I remember her I don't remember too many of my teachers, but I remember Miss Nichols. And so the teachers do make an impact on students, and you all work very, 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 very hard, and I thank you for that. There's not enough time in the day. There's not enough teachers, unfortunately, but we do with what we have, and that's a problem everywhere, not just at Fairfield. We need. When I visit the classes and when you see 1 or 2 teachers in a class and some of the struggling kids that aren't being retained or held back, whichever term you want to use, they're moving up, and that creates more of a need for more outside adults to help. So teachers, thank you. Thank you. That's all I got to say.
Great, well put. Thank you, Mr. Clark. Mrs. Shorter.
Oh, thank you. Into the countdown. But I wanted to thank Mr. Kalin for coming out and sharing with us great information about TIFs and abatements. That's important. It's always good to take a little time to understand these financial impacts as it pertains to the schools and your tax dollars. Mrs. Ogg, thank you. Your entire team. If I try to name everybody, I will miss something. I will miss somebody. But I know Mrs. Postfishel was there. It's just great information, and I'm very proud of the district. We've come a long way. We still have, things that we've got to do, and we know that. But I think that our focus on the whole child, that social and emotional learning that Mr. Smith is so important to you, and it just shows. So thank you so much for everything that you do. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. Fellow board members, thank you very much. I do want to tell you, even with all of the good things, the changes that are coming as a result of House Bill 33 will require that you are very diligent, that you are very that you are on top of everything, and I know that you will be, and know that I'm still here, and I'm willing to make a phone call, whip out a letter. I have no problems getting on the phone, whipping out a letter, doing whatever, consulting. If you need it, you won't need it. But I'm here. I'm still an advocate. I will always be an advocate for public education. So whatever you need, whoever you need me to talk to, whine to, beg, plead, cajole, I'm here for you for that. So, for anyone, just let me know.
Well, thank you, and I truly believe that's the case. You've always been an advocate for students, so we won't forget. I want to thank Mr. Kalin, Mr. Kathman for coming. Why can't municipalities and school districts work together, right? It doesn't always happen, but it does happen here, so that's a big positive. Mrs. Aug and your team, that's a great presentation. Keep pushing, right? Graduation, we got 3 stars or whatever it was, but still 93%, right? I want to see that improve, right? Those big numbers, those sometimes hard to believe numbers, like the truancy and the graduation numbers, but we are doing amazing things, Mr. Smith says, and it's true. I think we can say that. We're working miracles here, right? We really are. We're doing great things.
Because of all of the people
Yeah.
who work here,
Yeah.
who work so hard, day in and day out. It's not just teachers, it's everyone. It truly does take a village. And, the data that they shared tonight, in spite of the 22.6 absentee rate. So, and many, many other things, many, many other challenges. And Mr. Clark referenced tonight just how, what a great job our teachers do. I mean, I say thank you to everyone, but our teachers are in the classrooms with the kids all day, every day. That is where the biggest impact is made. But again, everyone plays a role. We've often talked about bus drivers. That's the first impression on a student and the last impression every single day.
That's true.
And so I think our staff works miracles every single day because of all the love that they pour into our kids every day.
Yeah, this book is about intentionality, right? I don't think he's reinventing the wheel,
Right.
right? But it's intentionality, and there's already a culture here. And I'm sure we can improve on it and learn from this, but there's already a culture here. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank everyone here, right? It's a team effort. Well done. All right, great. A motion to adjourn.
So,
Second.
Mrs. Shorter and Mr. Clark. Mrs. Lang, please call the roll.
Mrs. Shorter?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mrs. Gundrum?
Yes.
Mr. Begley?
Yes, adjourn at 8:30.